Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we are looking at a massive, literally urgent shift happening across the industry, right this very week. What we're witnessing here is nothing short of a real estate AI land grab. Seriously, it's wild. Portals, massive brokerages, federal lobbyists, and software developers are all sprinting to claim their territory. And the territory they're fighting for? It's that critical digital space between you and your client. Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to really think about something for a second. Before you ever make contact with a buyer, a seller, or a renter, who is capturing their attention? Who is answering those initial questions? Well, increasingly, it's not a human being at all. It's a machine. And the companies that control those machines are perfectly positioned to control the entire real estate transaction from the very first click. To really grasp the stakes of what we're looking at today, we need to clearly define this whole new digital battlefield. We're calling it the AI layer. Basically, this is the technological intermediary where artificial intelligence intercepts, manages, and guides consumer interactions before they ever even reach a human agent. It's like this invisible wall or a bridge, depending on how you look at it, between consumer intent and your real estate business. And make no mistake, whoever owns this layer owns the lead.
We're tracking this forefront war over real estate data today. First up, Zillow meets Google Gemini. Second, a massive $100 million AI bet. Third, guarding the MLS data. And fourth, your very own team of AI assistants.
All right, let's hit point number 1. Zillow meets Google Gemini, intercepting renters right at the search bar. So, Zillow has just made this incredibly aggressive move to intercept consumers literally where they already are. They aren't waiting around for people to type Zillow.com into their browsers anymore. No way. They are moving the portal directly into the search bar itself. Zillow Rentals is now a connected app inside Gemini in Gemini Spark. What does this actually mean in practice? Well, it means Zillow is now the absolutely exclusive, only real estate platform inside Google Gemini's connected apps ecosystem. Renters can ask Gemini for listings, they can check out tour times, and confirm those tours directly on Zillow, all without ever leaving Google's AI assistant. They are completely bypassing traditional real estate websites. It's a real game changer. Let's move on and see how this actually builds. Because, this isn't just some one-off experiment. It's a rapid, super calculated evolution. Back in October, Zillow rolls out its ChatGPT plugin. Then in March, they launched their AI mode. And now, in July, the Gemini connected app goes live. Why does this matter to you? Because right now, sure, it's rentals, but the clear trajectory tells us that for sale searches are almost certainly going to follow this exact same path. The portals are meeting consumers inside AI assistants first, plain and simple. Moving to our second front, $100 million AI bet. Douglas Elliman is building a moat around its data. So if the portals are capturing the very top of the funnel, how are the brokerages protecting their digital turf? Well, we're seeing a clash of two totally different mindsets right now. On one side, you have the traditional buy tech model. That's where brokerages just rely on third-party tools, but in doing so, they lose control of their incredibly valuable transaction data. But on the other side, we see the future, the build tech model. Douglas Elliman has just launched Elias, which is a Google Cloud-backed AI subsidiary. They are completely rebuilding their entire tech stack. We're talking transaction management, CRM, lead generation, market intelligence tools, the whole shebang, all just to keep their data strictly in-house. Now, what's really interesting about this is the sheer, staggering scale of the investment. It tells you everything you need to know. Douglas Elliman is self-funding this new AI subsidiary with $100 million in cash. That is an enormous bet on the idea that controlling the AI layer and owning your own data is literally the only way to survive and thrive in this coming decade. To really get why a company drops $100 million in cash on proprietary tech, just listen to their CEO, Michael Leibowitz. He hit the nail on the head saying transaction data has been monetized by nearly everyone except the brokerages that create it, right? They are taking their data back. They plan to turn this proprietary market intelligence into entirely new revenue streams, and they fully expect to see a return on this massive cash investment within just 3 years. If it works, you can absolutely expect to see a lot more brokerages follow suit, building their own tech and guarding their data like gold. All right, on to number 3, guarding the MLS data. NAR plays some serious defense in Washington. Think about it. If AI runs on data, what happens to that foundational MLS listing data that actually powers all these models? Well, the National Association of Realtors is currently playing heavy defense in DC right now. The rules for how AI companies can use your listings and your photos are quite literally being written as we speak, and NAR is lobbying hard on three key fronts. First, they are backing the TRAIN Act, which would help copyright owners actually find out if their listing photos and MLS databases were scraped to train these massive AI models. Second, they're pushing for uniform federal AI standards, basically to avoid a super confusing patchwork of state-by-state laws. And third, they are lobbying federal agencies to classify MLSs as pro-competitive infrastructure, making sure they aren't thrown into the heavily regulated bucket of data brokers. And finally, number 4, your team of AI assistants. Geek AI 3.0 stepping up to provide the infantry tools. Okay, we've looked at the big portals, the massive brokerages, the federal lobbyists. Now let's zoom all the way down to you, the individual agent front. Real Geeks is basically turning lead follow-up into a fully automated infantry. This is not just a simple autoresponder anymore, folks. This is a full-blown agentic system that lives right inside your CRM to text, qualify, and nurture leads. The system actually uses 3 different AI personas working together seamlessly. Step 1, the planning agent analyzes the situation and picks the absolute next best logical step for follow-up. Step 2, the writing agent takes that plan and drafts a highly personalized text message. And step 3, a QA agent, like a quality assurance bot, reviews the message to make sure it actually makes sense before it ever hits send. It literally only hands the lead off to you when they're actually ready to talk. How cool is that? And this brilliantly illustrates just how insanely fast this tech is advancing. During their beta testing for this new version, they saw a massive 6x improvement over the original version of their AI. 13% of those nurtured leads actually became agent-ready. That is an enormous jump in conversion, strictly driven by machines talking to humans until the human is ready to buy or sell. What's really fascinating here is just how accessible this AI layer is becoming for everyday agents. This system is priced at just $49 a month for up to 2,500 new lead conversations. They are even making it free with a Real Geeks lead package with unlimited usage through July. The source gave this brilliant pro tip too. If you have a lead source that you just absolutely dread following up with, and let's be honest, we all have one, point this AI at that source first. That is exactly where an always-on AI texter pays for itself the absolute fastest.
So let's recap quickly. We've seen Zillow bypass websites entirely for Google Gemini. We've seen Douglas Elliman drop $100 million in cash to guard their data. We've seen NAR fighting in Washington to protect the MLS. And we've seen these wild AI tools that just do all the text nurturing for you. The entire industry is racing to build their moats. So I'm going to leave you with this final, really provocative thought to consider. As these massive players lock down their territory, what is your specific strategy to control the AI layer in your own business today, before you get entirely walled off from your future clients?